If you describe the program in one word, what would it be? It would be worth all the money and the time that one invests in. My name is Anubha Goel. I am based out of Chhattisgarh. I heard about transforming lives. I actually had the opportunity to meet Dr. Singhvi, and I met him at two events, and I was very convinced with what he was doing. The first thing that really attracted me was the fact that he himself is a doctor. So what there's so much information out there, and I've been a wellness enthusiast all my life. I've been reading a lot about food, medicine. I've been doing clean eating for many years, following many things. But when I met Sir, I felt that this is one place where I could rest all my doubts and follow blindly because of Sir's experience, maybe his ability to convince the other person, the way he conducted his classes, all backed with lots of research and empirical evidence, his own journey, which was very inspiring. So I thought, okay, this is one place because I'd met the person. So far, you're reading from a book and you're trying to adapt something in your life. You are seeing it off the internet. So, because we're all very different bio individuals, here was a person who was willing to handhold you and is handholding you through the journey. And any specific doubts that you might have regarding your own self, I thought that he would be the right person to take care of it because he is in the realm of this medical science. The beautiful thing about this journey was that as much as Sir is a hardcore doctor, medical doctor with all his degrees, I think there is this whole alternative medicine, alternative belief side that he has. There's a beautiful balance. So, sir, if you actually talk to a physician, he will never talk to you about diet and nutrition. They will give you medication straight away. They will give you a BP medication, a thyroid medication. There's very few doctors who believe that changing a lifestyle will help you not take any medicine. So I felt that you with that, those two interactions that we had, I felt that you actually wanted to, you were in that space where you said that if you change your lifestyle, you will never need the medication. How many doctors say that you don't need to be on medicines? I have an endocrinologist now. I've been a thyroid patient for 13, 14 years. And my endocrinologist, she said, no, you can never leave the medicine. so so it was a very welcome change and something new that I had heard, and that is why I decided to join the group. And very happy, 100 days later I have lost some amount of stuck weight, but weight was not the real challenge. My challenge was the allergies, the food allergies that I was dealing with for the last 3 years. I think since COVID, I think everybody went through this change in their gut because they were on such heavy medication. And post that, I think everybody had digestive issues. I was also one of them, and I started avoiding those foods and everything. So I remember having this discussion with you before I joined the group, where I said I have a lot of food allergies, and he said, "You come join our first thrust is on changing your gut biome." And I want to report to you. So my allergies, 80% of them have reversed. 80% of them. So that's a big deal. That means the gut bacteria does change. We now have evidence before and after reports where I can clearly tell you I was allergic to all, I was lactose intolerant. I don't have any lactose allergy anymore. Milk, curd, and I was allergic to all of this. It's all gone, it's all reversed. Then to certain vegetables, it is all reversed. To certain dry fruits, it's reversed. And I have now reports which say I'm not allergic to any of this. I did 3 reports before, which it had the same food groups that continued. It was after this program that these allergies have reversed. So that is a big boon that really helped. I think that the best part about the program is not about the physical health alone. I think it's the mental health that I'm really enjoying. This hand holding that you are taking us through this beautiful journey of realizing self realization, self growth, understanding who we actually are. Very, very few people in that space in the world. I have done many other programs before, but I've done online programs, which I didn't know the person, but nobody has taken the mental journey ahead. This is what sets your program apart. Health, of course, improves. So I have learned that aligning your mind and body is what really counts. And mind is as important, not the food alone that you're putting in your mouth. It is your mind also. How you think is also very important. I have been reading Joe Dispenza and I've been in that space for the last 4 or 5 years, but I really needed this hand holding. And I'm so grateful to you and to Surbhi for literally holding hands and walking us through it. Like I said, reading a book and having had a person who's experienced it, him or herself, and hand holding you through the process itself is a big deal, sir. I'm very happy and to be a part of this group. And I continue to benefit all the good things that are coming out of it. And I'm also I'm also following your meditation. The meditation was a new thing that I learned actually. Everybody has their own set of meditation. Everybody does yoga nidra. But this kind of meditation is really unique because you're not bound by a time constraint. You can do 7, 8 minutes twice a day. And I feel really relaxed. I feel that is the real thing that is helping. Having those positive thoughts, holding on to a thought, letting it go, then another thought comes, then letting it go, but centering your mind and body. I think that's what is counting for me. EFT is a revelation. But I didn't know that EFT could do all of this. Again, it was there in the books, it was there on internet, lots of podcasts talking about it. But you don't really understand it unless there's somebody across the table talking to you about it. Zero limits, knowingly, unknowingly, I was in practice. But it is only now that I have actually found how to practice it. It was all incorrect. I needed somebody in the space in my life. And you and Surbiji have beautifully fulfilled it. So I was already doing a lot of work on myself much before, but I'm reaping the benefits really now. I'm actually reaping the benefits because I underwent this program. I came across BG's also guidance has been very instrumental in this. Your guidance through the food process, how nicely you took us through month by month. We didn't even realize it. And if you describe the program in one word, what would it be? It would be worth all the money and the time that one invests in. Definitely. It is the alignment of your physical and your mental self, which is very important. We don't really realize it. We think that if we just follow a diet without being mentally in it, we'll lose the weight. And, initially in the program, you told us that weight to chala hi jayega, right? But it is not really the weight. What you're doing is something beyond. Amazing, sir. Amazing. Really. Hats off. I mean, this is really a unique program. I mean, I've done the plant based PBWF before. It doesn't have a mental, it does talk about fasting also. It talks about plant based foods, as you have talked about. But it does not talk about the mental growth. You have to align it. One has to understand that it goes hand in hand. So I think that is where your program sets you apart from everything else that I've seen so far. And more power to you so that, may the tribe grow. May many more people benefit from this. And, everybody post 40 should be put through a program like this because, especially for women, we are also undergoing a lot of hormonal changes. We don't understand anxiety. There's so many things but I think EFT is quite helpful. And EFT is quite a tool. I'm still in the process of discovering it. I'm sure it'll go a long way. Everybody has their own journey that they're experiencing. These tools are very helpful. And one more thing, sir, not just about 40. In your program, you had many 20-year-olds. So, how to deal with that emotional instability when your career is just about to happen or not working out for the time being? I mean, these are also very important tools. And I'm not talking about the physical part, the mental part is so important to deal with when you're younger. If I had these tools at 20, I'd be a different person already. I'm looking forward to being part of this journey ahead and enjoying myself in a very happy state of mind. So I think I have a lot to be grateful for. Thank you so much for making me a part of this journey.